Nothing's perfect. There's always a little flaws somewhere in some match, but 90% of it is always covered up, somehow or another.
And that's the key too, because you do it long enough, you don't, if something doesn't go your way or something's going wrong, you sort of can help that situation a little bit too, where people may not pick it up.
Right.
That are watching it and all as well.
I mean, I've been in the ring before when we've done a spot and somebody messed up, and they go, and then they grab a hold, they go, oh shit, I've screwed that up. I said, don't worry about it. Don't keep on moving. Because if you're sitting there with your mind if you're cutting yourself down now, it's only going to get shittier. So forget it. Let's go with the best of it. A, B, and C's gone. The rest of it's going to fall right in line. And 9 times out of 10, if you carry on like you at the beginning, the little accident you had here, you forget it, you keep going. At the end, you're still going to come out as a hero. And nobody's not going to know. Even if they do know, who cares? The rest of the match is good. So if you should have had 100%, you got 99.9%, what's the big deal? And I've gotten discouraged too. I mean, hey, I've been in the wrong place and got the shit knocked out of me. Well, because I didn't think or I forgot. And I've beat myself up a couple times. But then, you know, as you get older and you learn and you're learning better, you don't act it and show it to the people. You fake it and move on. If you sell it, they're going to buy it. If you don't, keep going. And 9 times out of 10, when the match is over, they ain't going to remember it no way. In 2 days from the pay-per-view, they're not even going to remember who even won it to begin with. So it's not a big deal. I mean, that's how I am now, because I've learned how to, you know, and I've seen Brian get upset here and there, and he's done good, and he's going to come through too. But you know, it's just the way it is.
That's human nature too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're going to make mistakes, and and good things are going to happen too.
Yeah. Right.
And you just gotta, all right, let's go on. But I think you make a good point where, especially when you're in that match, and it's move. You can't keep dwelling like, oh, I just messed up, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden you mess up again. You mess up again. It's almost like being in quicksand.
Right.
I call it the panic factor. That's what I call it, the panic factor. And he's done such a good job of helping me with that panic factor. Obviously, I do a lot of the main events at this point, which I'm honored and privileged to do. But it's hard, and he's done it so long that it's probably nothing to him. But getting a show off the air, or getting a pay-per-view off the air, there's a lot of pressure. And you can run around like a chicken with your head cut off. Oh my God, you're not going to do anything but get everybody riled up. And that's when the mistakes will happen. And that's when people will get hurt and then things like that. So I call it the panic factor. And I think that I do really well with the panic factor. And I've been in some scary situations where it's like, man, this isn't going to happen. But it happens.
I'm sure, I know I have, and he has too. We've been in a position where we got 30 seconds to get it in, or we're dark.
Yeah, it's not good.
And that's where you don't panic. You just say, guys, in 30 seconds we're dark. We got to go. And we're pretty calm and cool. Where I'm just saying, that's where I think that we're the best at. And knowing, if we panic, they're going to panic. So you just tell them, hey, we got to go, or we're going to be dark. And then all the money's going to go back to pay-per-viewers. So we got to get the hell out of here. And 9 times out of 10 it works for us, and we know how to handle that. And I'm telling you right now, Brian Stiffel's a great referee, but he's not in that position to be in that place right now. And down the road he will be. But usually Brian and I will have the crossover or the last match of the night live. That's important, very important.
They can trust you.
Right.
That's the key. They can trust you. They know.
Whether it's me or him, nobody says a word because
they know it's going to be,
so,
and that's the thing.
You know. But people see, how many people think about that?
No.
How many people even know that if we hadn't said nothing?
No.
And that's our job. It's not the guy's job. It's our job to get them off the air.
To get them off. But how many fans in them know the storyline of what we do and how we do it? And
that's what I mean, because there's a lot that the referee has to do, and it's just not counting the 1, 2, 3 and the breaks. There's a lot more, and even a lot more we can't talk about that the referee does. That it is one of the hardest, not to take anything away from what the wrestlers and the knockouts do, but it is one of the hardest jobs there is to have. And I even think if you're an announcer, another hard job.
Right.
But you have other people working with you when you're at the announce table, and you can work through some things and all. But when you're an official, you're a referee, basically it's you out there. But I was going to ask you too, if you ever had to do, because sometimes they do like lumberjack type matches, or did you ever get to work a match together where two referees were working a match, or no? One inside the ring, one outside the ring, or no?
Now, like the DX match tonight. You know, the last
The X Division stuff? Right.
Okay, now it'll be 2 rests. Okay, because we'll, it's a lot going on. Now, Brian and I have worked together like that, but tonight it'll be Stifler and myself, because Brian will be doing the main event. Okay, so that's how that works. But,
And it gives me time to get my stuff together before I do the last match, and he will do the one before it. You know what I mean? Him and Stifler are doing that one before it, and that just allows me to get my stuff together, get my grips about myself, get me some water, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's right. But we've worked together like that.
But you have worked together in that regard and all too, and everything like that. And that must have been cool afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But going back to the crossover and the last match. Okay, the crossover is important, but if it doesn't perfectly work right, the show's still going on. The last 30 seconds is 30 seconds. So if that doesn't work, you're lost. And I've come out of the ring in my lifetime with WWF, WWE, even TNA, and they go, "Oh my God." That's before he got it. "Oh my God, you got it. How'd you do it?" Same way with him. He comes out now, the same thing. Even down there, we both got hugs and everything. And Bonus has said, "Oh my God, you did it. You did it. We thought we were gone." That's the key factor right there. And you can't be bashful. You can't be ashamed. You've got to say, "Hey, I can't say it now, what I say. Neither can he."
Yeah, right.
but you can believe it ain't very nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Very descriptive.
It's not just like I just said, "Hey guys, we got 30 seconds. We gotta go."
That's the clean version. That's the PG G version.
But
Actually,
that's how But it's very calm until the last 30 seconds or 1 minute left. That's when we get law and order. That's when all the good stuff has been said. Now the shit's on. And that's how we do it.
All right. Well, listen, I want to thank you both for taking the time for the interview and all. It's just great. And I mean, just you guys doing your thing and all. It's a chip off the old block over here. So thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Is there any Twitters or Facebooks or anything like that for you guys? I didn't know.
I'm on Twitter. No Facebook, no nothing else. Mm-hmm. At Baby Hebner is my tag name. So check it out.
All righty. Good. All right.
Got one.
Do you have one as well?
Yeah.
His is at the Earl Hebner. The Earl Hebner.
So you get the Earl Hebner, but you get Baby Hebner?
Yeah, that's what I am. I'm still a baby. Whenever you're considering us ages, anyway.
All right, guys.